Yeah? Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on inside to a fresh week of Weekday Wake and Bakes. I am your host, Processor Sky, joined by my beautiful co-host, Rachel. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Samuel.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Knocking over some tissues.
I'm trying to get it to stand up.
Yeah, throwing a tissue box. Yo, appreciate you. But, really fucking excited. It's Motivational Monday. We are definitely, legitimately wake and baking, Roll Gang. We just fucking woke up. Absolutely exhausted. But super excited to get the motivational fuel flowing for this week and try to get our pump for the adversities that come for us this week. But really excited to get on into these quotes. We got some good ones from who?
We have Albert Einstein.
Oh yeah.
Mother Teresa.
John Rockefeller, as well as your can of quote of the week.
From your Processor Sky.
Yeah, I'm really excited to share it. I really like this one. I like to make up a motivational quote that has to do with cannabis every week. Call it the can of quote. That'll be the last quote of the show, so make sure you tune in for the can of quote of the week. But before we get on into the motivational quotes, let's get this show started officially here on this Motivational Monday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Shout out to all of the Roll Gangsters tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You guys are all the shit. We go live every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, for every episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. If you guys wouldn't mind, I would absolutely love to know what you guys are smoking on this morning. A little blunt of some purple punch or a bong rip of some Dutch treat. No matter what it is you're smoking, absolutely love to wake and bake with you guys. And we are smoking on a nice little joint of some Oreos here this morning. Super excited to roll it up. But gotta give a major shout out to the sponsors of the show, because they make it happen for the Weekday Wake and Bake and help out the Roll Gangsters along the way. Who sponsors the show, Rachel?
We have Amsterdam University.
Hell yeah.
At Campus College. And you can use promo code ROLLINGSPOON for 10% off.
Yep, your tuition. Go and claim your stake in this budding industry. Such a magical time to be in the cannabis industry. About to go federally legal anytime now. And we're going to want to have our cannabis education ready to go for whenever it becomes fully legal. Like Rachel said, promo code Rolling Spoon saves you 10% off of your Amsterdam tuition. And promo code Rolling Spoon, what the fuck is that?
Well, that's the other sponsor of the show, the Rolling Spoon. The most efficient way to procure your cannabis. It's an all-in-one multi-tool, and it helps you seal the deal and roll a dime every time.
Damn straight. I'm using my handy-dandy Rolling Spoon cannabis multi-tool to procure my candy bee from my grinder to my paper here. Super excited to roll this baby up and smoke it and get on into these motivational quotes to get some motivated energy going this week. It is Monday after all, and we have another opportunity to tackle a week and keep going towards our goals or strive to get our lives to be a little bit better this week. So really excited to get on into these motivational quotes. Are you ready to get on into them, Rachel?
I'm always ready.
Fuck yeah. Super excited to get on into these motivational quotes. Shout out to everybody tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. let's get on into Motivational Monday. What's the first quote, Rach?
The first quote is from Albert Einstein, and it says, "Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you anywhere."
Yo, logic will take you from A to B. Imagination will take you anywhere. What do you think about that one?
I think it's a really good one, actually, because a lot of the times, whenever you have a dream of doing something or anything along those lines, it's hard to talk yourself out of it and just be realistic and logic about everything. But it won't get you anywhere being realistic and logical that imagination could take you. You know, it'll just create so many more opportunities and different ideas. So I think it's really important.
Yeah, like it's honestly, I really like this quote because similar to life, balance is everything. Balance is key. So before you get from point A to point B, your imagination puts a path together for you. Like, it's kind of crazy. Rachel and I were on, like, the latest night strip walk on Saturday night. It was fucking the middle of the night, the crack of dawn. Sorry, one sec. I need a little lighter action here. Woo! While I'm here, check out this beautiful joint rolled by my handy-dandy rolling spoon cannabis multi-tool. But anyways, Rachel and I were on that 3 a.m. walk and on the strip, and we realized our tram was no longer running. So I was walking, I realized we couldn't take the tram, and in my head, I was imagining our path to getting back home. You know what I mean? So logic will get us from point A to point B, what's the fastest way to get there? But before any logic enters the chat, you have to imagine what it is you're trying to achieve, It's kind of crazy. It's a really mind-fucking quote. Albert Einstein, one of the best thinkers to ever think, and we can definitely take his word for it. Focus on your imagination, and you can live on vacation. You can be anywhere. You can do anything. And honestly, focus on your imagination this week. Logic will definitely get you there to whatever you care about, but you can't engage logic until you've engaged your imagination. And that balance is key. Love that motivational quote. Want to read it one more time?
Of course. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you anywhere.
Hell yeah. What's your imagination saying, Rach?
My imagination can be pretty wild at times. And sometimes I feel like I need to tone it down a little bit. But then other times I think that having such a vivid imagination can be beneficial and keep life exciting.
Yeah, that's why I love you. Your crazy imagination. It's no fun to be no fun.
It's true.
No fun to have no fun.
It's true.
Alright, who's on the next quote?
We got one of the most famous women, I'd say.
Mother Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the most influential women of all time.
Definitely.
Yeah, what does she have to say for us this week?
This one's pretty short and sweet, but I definitely agree with it. It says, "Spread love everywhere you go."
Spread love everywhere you go. That's a nice, short, simple quote from Mother Teresa.
And I'd say if anybody really knows you, they know that that's like a perfect quote for you, and that's one that you live by basically every single day.
Yeah,
So,
honestly, you too. Like, everybody kind of does. You know what I mean? You can't help but to spread love. Like, I hate to use a horrible example, but people have been known to suicide bomb themselves, to harm other people. It's probably the worst thing you could do is strap a bomb to your wife or your kid to go and, you know what I mean? I know it's extreme, but
spreading love.
It's not. But in their brain, the logic they're using to function that is their love for their God. You know what I mean? And love is an all-powerful weapon. You know what I mean? It can be used to create heaven on earth for you, but it can also be used to create massive destruction. We're talking about love. You know, love can create massive destruction if done improperly. So it's really important to spread the right kind of love. You know, you can't spread hate by loving something else. It's important to spread love everywhere you go. You know, there can't be a balance of love and hate. You have to let love win. And it's really hard. Don't let love for something shroud you into hating something else is the most important part. It's a short quote. That's what I'd really like to focus on, though. Don't let your love for something allow you to perform a hateful act in another regard, you know? So we're gonna chess this one out. It's a really short quote, but a couple moves deeper. Spread love everywhere you go. You know, do not allow your love to let you spread hate as well, because you know it's easier said than done spreading love. But
yeah, and I think that there are just like those people that just love to hate, and
yes,
that's their way of spreading their love.
Their love
is by hate.
I love that. Can you repeat that one more time?
I forget what I said. My imagination's going crazy.
You said some people love to hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they show their love through
Yo, if you love to hate, I support your love. But you have to hate yourself. Like, you can't go, if you go around and hating others, you're making it harder for others to spread love. Hate is very contagious. Honestly, I couldn't have said it better myself. Some people love to hate. It's illegal. You know, nobody's gonna love a hater, and that's just the way it is.
Other haters will love a hater.
Well, I mean, if
But
they hate each other.
Hating just doesn't get you anywhere.
Mm.
A lot of the times, I think like if you have something negative to say about a situation, a person, an environment, or anything, it's better. Some things are definitely just better left unsaid.
Well, or you can flip anything positive.
Yeah.
Like if you want to say you have shit hair right now, you can say, I love your hair most of the time.
Yeah, or
you know
can
what
just
I mean?
even look at it from the perspective of at least you have hair.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Yeah, there's always something you can outlet your love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that
It
quote.
is.
Absolutely.
Me too. I think that's a really good one.
Mother
And
Teresa.
That's important.
What was it? One more time?
Spread love everywhere you go.
Love it. All right, the last quote from a famous person comes from
John Rockefeller.
Hey, John Rockefeller, one of the richest to ever do it. I actually am not a Rockefeller fan. One of the people that is responsible for ruining our country with his rich bastard tendencies. But he definitely worked his way to success, his own version of success. What does John Rockefeller have for us?
He says...
Sorry.
You good?
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Woo!
If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success.
I love that. One more time, a little louder.
If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success.
I think that one's my favorite. You know what I mean? Like, my favorite part of it, I'd like to embolden, strike out. You know what I mean? I think that's the culmination of that quote. You know what I mean? Strike out. You can't be afraid. Like, go try to strike out. Literally, you will get to better places than you ever thought you would have. Mistakes adversities, defeats, rejection, these are all positive things. They're the only way we learn. You know, we cannot learn from a win. It's just not possible. You have to come so close to losing in order to learn something. And John Rockefeller, like, there's the worn, easy, tattered path of recognized success that many have traveled. And if many have traveled it, it's not as successful anymore. Like, you are going to have to go down a new path and strike out. And go down a new path and strike out. And a new path and strike out to find a new path that's successful.
I don't think striking out is a bad thing.
It's a good thing.
It is, and it just teaches you what you can do to not strike out the next time. Even if we're going to take this literally and talk about baseball for a second, even the best players strike out.
Yes,
like nobody's
most of the time.
Yeah,
like even the best players actually like 70%.
Yeah, and then when they do make contact with the ball, home run. You know, it's you have to lose some to win some. So
absolutely.
Yeah, and I always think it's amazing to strike out on a new path, like one that you're trying to create for yourself, because you're the first one to do that, and I think that's something to be proud of. And it's just important to try new things and not just stick to the same path that everybody else does.
Yeah, I love that. That's great analysis. Try to find your path. Try to find your failure. It'll make you better this week, you know? Like, let's flip the script this week and try to seek failure. You know what I mean? Like, nobody would ever think to do that. But what would happen if we do? Seek something that we are intending to fail. You know what I mean? Let's try it out and just see how we can program our minds to cope better with failure. I promise it is the fastest way to growth, is striking out. So let's strike out a few times this week, Roll Gang. Let's not be so caught up in trying to succeed that we lose our life. You know, we gotta live, and in order to live, we gotta fail. We gotta strike out. So I love this quote from John Rockefeller, even though I'm not a big fan of his. What's the quote one more time?
If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success.
Absolutely love that banger of a motivational quote. The last of the quotes from famous people. We got one more quote. It's your Canna quote of the week from your processor, Sky. I like to write my own motivational quote, wrap it back into cannabis, and kind of try to draw some correlations between cannabis and life. But before I do, just gotta give a major shout out to all the Roll Gangsters tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. If you guys are consuming this content on the first ever cannabis-friendly social platform, we're live on Twitter right now. Shout out all those Twitter homies. If you guys wouldn't mind hopping over to Twitter, hitting that retweet button, sharing is caring on this show, the Weekday Wake and Bake, and would absolutely love if you guys would help us out, help grow the sesh, and the more the merrier here in this sesh. But and also shout out the name sponsors, Rolling Spoon and Oaksterdam University, for making this show possible. But let's get on in to your Canna quote, written by me and read by Rachel.
Are you sure you want me to read it? It's
Yeah.
my quote.
It is my quote. I want you to read it.
Little meeting. Is this?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Have you ever heard of Bammer?
No.
So before we get on into the quote, Bammer weed is swag. You know, it's what Wiz Khalifa calls bad weed. Bammer.
Okay.
You know, don't give me that Bammer weed. That's what he says.
Gotcha.
So yeah, with that being said,
Yeah, just clearing things up if anybody has questions after this, because I didn't know what that meant. So thank you. The canon quote from your processor Sky is, "When life gives you Bammer, make some hash rosin."
My version of the lemons to lemonade: when life gives you Bammer, make some hash rosin. You know, life's gonna give you Bammer too. Oh my God, it's not always top shelf. It's actually Bammer most of the time. But take the best with what you got. Take the best with what's right in front of you. You are somewhere with an opportunity to do something. I guarantee it. So let's just take a second, settle down, extract the hash rosin from our current experience, and try to live our best life, because love is the only way out, Roll Gang. No matter what it is, just focus on what it is you love, and let's go and fail this week in pursuit of what we love. Let's go and fail in pursuit of what we love, because it's worth it. Absolutely love Motivational Monday with Rachel and all the Roll Gangsters, right?
Right. Thanks for tuning in to this Motivational Monday. It's one of my favorite days of the week, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I love getting the motivational fuel together, because honestly, it kind of grounds us. If not for the Roll Gangsters even, we get a chance to remember that life is fickle. We get the chance to read some motivational quotes from people that did it, and just kind of keep our head down. Try to live by this shit. Way easier said than done. Way easier to read it than to live it, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, absolutely love all the Roll Gangsters. UGC.Cherry Pie. Shout out the homie Chels. Good morning from 420 and I. Life is but a dream. Shout out Chels. And love conquers all from Chuck_XIX with the love of the show, the chat champ. Love conquers all. Happy Motivational Monday, Roll Gang. See you tomorrow. Terpene Tuesday. We'll see what's on deck for y'all. Don't know what the fuck